Good afternoon. It's Sunday, January 21st. I got home from work. Edited a couple vlogs. I'm working on getting a couple uploaded. I might do more uploading, more editing, something in a bit. I also started just moving some of the stuff around on here. Really, it was looking through there, deciding what can I do. It's like, I know, I can do like tomato soup, but I use milk for that. My milk expired on the 18th. So I open it up and I smell it and I'm like, I mean, it's not like completely gone, but it doesn't smell good. And now, to me, milk never smells good, so I'm not sure if there's actually something wrong with it, but at the point where I open it, I smell it, my brain goes, that doesn't smell good. It's too late. I can't use it. So I could either go to the store and get more milk, or I could put that off another day or so that I get milk that is going to expire later. And for right now, I'm just going to go get some Burger King. I got some coupons, and that's even easier anyways. So, yeah, I'll do that. Alright, and I got big old plate of Burger King. I'm going to eat this, watch a little YouTube, and then I'm going to open up some boosters from Unstable. I got this a bit back, and it's just sort of been sitting here because I haven't had time to open it. And this thing has what? 36 booster packs. I'm not going to open them all with you. Figure I'll open 5. We'll open 5. And maybe I will open more of them tonight on my own. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But either way, I figure I'll open 5 with you, and then I can be free to just open as I please on my own. Because that will pretty much have meant you'll at least get to see it. Because I have some cards from Unglued, and I got Unhinged. I was playing when Unhinged came out. So, I got some cards from that. So let's see what different pack art there is, because I got most of them from the same art. Let's see, let's switch out one of those. Just the 3? Looks like it. Okay. But yeah, so I was playing during that point, and it was quite fun. They do quite funny things with this. They have stuff on the inside of the box sleeve, which I can then put back together. But it's telling you a bit of information. But anyways, yeah, let's just open up a few of these to give you an idea of what Unstable is. Alright, let's start with pack 1. Alright. And on these, I'm going to freaking go through every one. I'm not just looking at the rares, because that's not the point. A willing test subject. Spider Monkey Scientist has reach, 2/2 for 3. Whenever you roll a 4 or higher on a die, put a +1/+1 counter on the willing test subject. And when you pay 6 mana, you can roll a 6-sided die. Okay? A host creature, Mother Kangaroo. And at this point, for 5 mana, it's a 1/1. When this creature enters the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die, put a number of +1/+1 counters on this creature equal to the result. But I'm going to set that sort of aside so I can show you when we get something else. Riveting Rigor. Artifact creature Cyborg Rigor. When Riveting Rigor enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another artifact. If you do, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this, and it assembles a contraption. Important. We'll see those later. Which is put the top card of your contraption deck face up onto one of your sprockets. And turn a blender into an arc welder with a portable fusion reactor and a frozen yogurt dispenser? We can do it. Just desserts. Or just deserts? Just deserts deals pi damage to target creature. Pi is the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. It's a smidgen more than 3. It does slightly more than 3 damage. It's time to put the die into diameter. Flanky, the irrational. Another host creature. A big boa constrictor. So, when it's put in the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die. Target opponent loses life equal to the result. Hammer Helper. Sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature and roll a 6-sided die. Until the end of the turn, it gains haste and gets +X+0, with X being that result. Need a hammer? Gotta get your fix. I know a guy. Beast in Show. It's just 6/4 with trample. Something really special in the Baloth category this season. In terms of spike, destiny, and quality, we'd like to get a word with the handler, but are unable to locate her at this time. I'm almost wondering if in the art, I can't quite tell. Looks like he's got holding his own leash. I almost wonder if he's eaten his handler. Enraged Killbot. 2/1 for 2. Click, whir, beep, click. And now that puts us to the uncommons. Staff of the Letter Magus. Artifact. As Staff of the Letter Magus enters the battlefield, choose a consonant other than N, R, S, or T. Whenever a player casts a spell, you gain 1 life for each time the chosen letter appears in that spell's name. A symbol of blank in blank times. Okay then. Gimme 5 for 1. Instant. You gain 1 life for each person who high-fives you in the next 30 seconds. Each player in a silver-bordered game who high-fives you gains 1 life. Offer high fives. Don't hit people. Up high, to the side, down low, to the left, other left, over here. Steam Foggery is an instant. Roll a 6-sided die. Assemble a number of contraptions equal to the result. Goblins only have 2 speeds. Hard Loaf and Full On Hammer Freak Out. And our rare, Hydradoodle. It's 2 green, 2X. And it's a Hydra Hound. God, look at that art. Poodle Hydra. As Hydradoodle enters the battlefield, roll X 6-sided dice. So, based on that, Hydradoodle enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the total of those results. Reach, trample, and less housebroken than housebreaking. Oh, that is beautiful. That is an island. That is a swamp, my friend. That is a very beautiful, borderless swamp. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's good. And then we get a couple of contraptions, which have a different back that explains the way contraptions work. And we get Goblin Slingshot, which is rare. Artifact contraption. Whenever you crank Goblin's Slingshot, creatures you control get +2/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. And Sapsucker. Whenever you crank Sapsucker, add green to your mana pool. Until the end of the turn, this mana doesn't empty from your mana pool as steps and phases end. Okay, so basically you get a green mana for whenever you need it during the turn. Okay. And then a Beast token creature. Oh, wow. With some awesome art for it on the back. So we'll have to go through some more, and that'll pretty much be today's vlog. But I just gotta say, like some of those things I knew about. I mean, I know the funny and the fact that basically they use rules that you see nowhere else in Magic. They don't fit standard rules, they break the mold, and they try things that are just goofy because they can. That's the point. It's a silver bordered set, which means that the cards are not legal in normal games. Okay? I knew that they had full art swamps, but I hadn't, or like lands, but I hadn't seen one, and that is beautiful. I love how that worked. And also the fact that they did the same thing with the token. I'm very hopeful. I'll get a number of tokens. That'll be very cool. But yeah. So, let's open up some more. Continuing with another booster. Let's reconfigure. Alright. We get a Crafty Octopus. Enters the battlefield. This creature assembles a contraption. Joyride Rigger. It's a goblin rigger. And when it enters the battlefield, assemble a contraption. Chitty chitty bang 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 bang. Host creature, an ordinary pony. Getting a lot of hosts. Let's see. We'll get to it. There's the battlefield. You may exile target non-horse creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's a great bounce creature. Box of free-range goblins. Roll a 6-sided die. Create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to the result. Scrab tried to warn his fellow goblins that the hammer was bait for a trap, but they stopped listening at a hammer. You're starting to notice that they do things like that are themes throughout. A hammer is clearly themes in here. Spell suck. Instant. Counter target spell, then assemble a contraption. S-U-C-K. Hoisted Hireling. It's a zombie. Hoisted Hireling has flying as long as it's being held above the battlefield. Literally, as long as I hold this up here while it's in play and don't set it on the table, it has flying. Yeah, that's what they do with the rules in this. Zarov no longer trusted the kitten posters telling him to hang in there. A no-made engine, another host creature. If you notice, it's broken over here and has artifact here, so that because they want this to make it an artifact, because it's a construct, they have to put it on this side of this line. Whenever we get the other side of things, you'll see. And enters the battlefield. Create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. Border Guardian. It's a knight. Whenever you cast a silver bordered spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Border Guardian. Whenever you cast a black bordered spell, Border Guardian can't be blocked this turn. Whenever you cast a white bordered spell, Border Guardian gains double strike until end of turn. So. Steam Flogger Temp. Goblin Rigger. It assembles a contraption for 6 mana and tapping. When you're dumber than a hammer, every problem looks like one of those things you hit with a hammer. I like that. When you're dumber than a hammer, every problem looks like one of those things you hit with a hammer. Because if you're dumber than a hammer, you don't know what a nail is. There we go. I got it. Okay. Let's find our most recent one. There we go. Okay. This is half a card, you see? This is half squirrel, half. And it is a creature, squirrel. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, nothing. Augment. 1 green. Pay a green. Reveal this card from your hand. Combine it with target host. Augment only as a sorcery. This is -1, -0. So as a sorcery, if you have this on the field, it becomes a half squirrel, half engine. And then, whenever a non-creature token enters, or non-token creature enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. Or, let's go back to another one. Our ordinary pony becomes a Half squirrel, half pony. That whenever a non-creature token enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-horse creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. See what it does? See? They become cards. And there's, of course, you've already seen there's a whole bunch of these hosts. There are also quite a few of these, even though we've not gotten many. Alright, where were we? Ooh, shiny. He's shiny. Capital Offense. Oh, wow. I love it. Normal cards. Capital Offense. Lowercase. Lowercase. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of times a capital letter appears in its rules text. Ignore reminder text and flavor text. Part basket case, all lowercase. That's great. That's good. And our rare? Kind Slaver. Legendary artifact. 5 and tap. Sacrifice it. A person outside the game controls target player during that player's next turn. Neither player may advise that person until the end of that turn. Just relax. I brought in a substitute. So that could be, you're at a game shop and it's another player. You're with your friends and it's another one of them. Alternatively, it could be somewhere at a game shop that's a comic store and you just tell, hey, you don't know how to play Magic, but you're playing this turn. Oh, beautiful forest. And then contraptions. Quick Stick Lick Trick. Whenever you crank Quick Stick Lick Trick, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains lifelink until end of turn. And the auto key. Whenever you crank it until end of turn, target creature becomes an artifact in addition to its other types and gains tap. You gain 3 life. Oh, yay. Not only is this good because it's another creature token, and I was hoping for another because I'm going to turn it around and it's going to be beautiful, but Saprolings are actually meaningful to me. I had, for a long time, one of my main decks was a Saproling deck. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, they're disgusting. They're fungus, but still, beautiful. Pack number 3. Oh, you've seen that before. It's an adorable kitten. It's 1 mana for a 1/1, and when it enters the battlefield, or once it's combined with something, whatever it tells it to do, you roll a 6-sided die, and you gain life equal to the result. So, 1/1 for 1, gaining between 1 and 6 life is already not... I mean, that's good. That's a good card. Plus, look at it. Look at it. It's an adorable kitten. Time out. Roll a 6-sided die, put target non-land permanent onto its owner's library just beneath the top X cards of that library, where X is the result. Anyone other than a goblin would have gotten only a hand caught in the cookie jar. That's funny. Whole goblin stuck in cookie jar. Okay. Finders, keepers. Destroy target creature, then assemble a contraption. Put the top card of the contraption deck face up onto one of your sprockets. The SNEAK code clearly permits looting corpses for pots. That just meant Agent 47.3 had to make sure her target was dead first. Finders, keepers. A feisty Stegosaurus. Dinosaur. Roll 6-sided die. Creature deals damage equal to the result to target creature and opponent controls. Okay. A used hazmat suit is an enchantment for a creature. And the enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and has menace. And whenever a player's skin or fingernail touches enchanted creature, that player loses 2 life. That's freaking awesome. Wow. Beast in Show, we've seen. Novel Elemental. Novel Elemental. Like Elemental. Novel Elemental. It's an elemental, like a book elemental. Flying. Novel Elemental. Can block only creatures with flying. The chain fit my neck perfectly, but my heart fluttered with chills as the cool metal came to rest against my chest. I closed the clasp and waited. Silent. Okay then. Okay then. Skull Saucer. It's a zombie head. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and put your head on the table. Sacrifice Skull Saucer when your head stops touching the table. Nobody is ready for this kind of power. Buzzing Wackadoodle. As Buzzing Wackadoodle enters the battlefield, you and an opponent each secretly choose Whack or Doodle. Then, those choices are revealed. If the choices match, Buzzing Wackadoodle has that ability, otherwise it has Buzz. Whack, tap. Target player loses 2 life. Doodle, tap. You gain 3 life. Buzz, tap. Draw a card. Okay then. Well, that's an interesting machine there. Alright, Steam Flogger Service Rep. It's like another Goblin Rigger, so whenever another Goblin enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1, and if you do so, this assembles a contraption. See, the Goblins seem to be putting all the contraptions together, which is also a theme, pretty cool. It's more like a hard day of lunch with a work break between shifts. Yes. Rare. Water Market. It's a land. Tap, add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast spells with watermarks. That's a watermark. The symbol in the back does not have watermark. Oh, that's beautiful. Plains. I am doubtful, but hoping. I mean, it would be great if I got the other 2 lands and the other 2 random boosters that I selected. It's completely random, so I doubt it, but that'd be cool. I hope I at least get an island because I want to see that. Deadly Poison Sampler. Okay. Whenever you crank Deadly Poison Sampler, until end of turn, target creature gains. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy target creature that player controls. And Arms Depot. Whenever you crank Arms Depot, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It's got arms in there. And a Construct. Star. Token artifact creature construct. Wait, oh. That made me sad at this point. Unstable ad cards featuring scratch and sniff technology. Scratch any ad card for real ad card sent. Collect them all. Ad card sent may diminish with use. I think they just mean it smells like an ad card. But you know what? They got me to do it. Yeah, it just smells like a card. Darn it. Another pack. Alright. Pack 4. Alright, we got Blurry Beeble. It's 1/1 for 1. Blurry. This creature can be blocked only if defending player was wearing glasses as it was cast. Alright then. Whenever Blurry Beeble deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Ooh! We get another augment. So another one that would, for example, our adorable kitten can become a multi-headed kitten. That at the beginning of each end step, if you roll the die this turn, then you roll a 6-sided die and you gain life equal to the result. It's a creature Hydra Cat, which would become a 5/5. So yeah, or augment many of the other cards we've seen, such as an pony, or a scorpion, starting as a stinging scorpion that target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 to win a turn when triggered. And it that gets left hanging. When it that gets left hanging enters the battlefield, ask a person outside the game to high-five you. If he or she won't, it that gets left hanging gains haste until end of turn. Gimme some skin. That's nice. Which also means that in a game, like when someone's playing this game, there are cards where you ask someone outside the game to high-five you where it's good if you do, and cards where you ask them it's bad if they do. So, people don't, can't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen if they agree. Selfie preservation. Sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card and reveal it. If there's a tree in its art, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Be sure to get the tree in the picture. Oh, that's good. That's cute. Secret base. Look at that secret base. It's a freaking awesome secret base. Anyways, it's a land, and tap to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. Or tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a spell that shares a watermark with Secret Base. The League of Dastardly Doom takes the word headquarters very seriously. Get it? Head. What is? Look at this. Voracious Vacuum. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature when it activates. Sneak Dispatcher. A human spy. You can pay some mana and tap it and look at the top card of target player's library. If it has an Agents of Sneak watermark, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it on the top or bottom of its owner's library. Wow. Okay. I wasn't going to pull the kitten up again, but I have to do this. So, Ninja is you may activate Ninja's augment ability anytime you can cast an instant, so you can play this as a instant. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, then this happens. A +1/+0. Just thought maybe you'd want to know what a ninja kitten would look like. Okay. So now we're getting some more augments. That's good, because at first I was like, why are they all hosts? 5-finger discount. Sorcery. Put target non-land permanent into your hand. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color the next time you cast that card. Okay. Dog napping is such an ugly word. I would characterize this as a unilateral redistribution of pets. Oh no. He tied the guy's leash to a hydrant and stole the dog. Poor dude. He just had his pet unilaterally redistributed. Rare. The countdown is at 1. Wait, what? Players play a magic subgame, starting at 1 life and using their libraries as their decks. For the rest of the main game, If a source would deal damage to a player who didn't win the sub-game, it deals double that damage to the player instead. What? That's the most confusing. Oh, it's an island. And it is beautiful. Oh, such a cool card. Okay. Pet Project. Oh. Whenever you crank it, put target creature card from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Buzz Buggy. Whenever you crank it, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains trample until the end of turn. And a squirrel. 1/1 squirrel. Which, let's see what it has. Oh, look at it has the feeder and the hanging. It's Magic Commander. Hail your glorious commander. Silver bordered cards cannot be played in Commander. Wait, what are you doing? I was merely Ah! See that? That's great. Alright, at least the ones that are ads in the back are funny, but still. And one more with you guys. Pack number 5. And we start with an Eager Beaver that when it activates, you may untap target permanent. Okay. The Old God. It's a cyborg soldier with a beard. Pay 1 white and tap. Tap target creature without reminder text. Reminder text is still any italicized text that in parentheses that explains rules you already know. That's awesome. You say you're capable of flying. You got any proof of that? Wall of Fortune. Defender. You may tap and untap wall you control to have any player re-roll a die that player rolled. You need a 6. Alright, everyone. She needs a 6. Ground Pounder. It's another hammer. Roll a 6-sided die. It gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is that result. Whenever you roll a 5 or higher on the die, it gains trample until the end of turn. People come from miles away just to see the head of the hammer. Another Hoisted Hireling. Paniac. Creature. Brainiac. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a 6-sided die. Paniac gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the result. You're about to be struck by a brilliant idea. Sacrifice play. A person outside the game chooses an attacking or blocking creature target opponent controls. That player sacrifices that creature. In recursive chess, one piece can capture another only after beating it in a game of recursive chess. What? Extremely slow zombie. It's a 3/3 for 2. And it has Last Strike. This creature deals combat damage after creatures without Last Strike. It's like the opposite of First Strike. Also, brrr. There are a number of cards. Best in Show is one. This is one that have multiple variations. And there are 4 of these. And it's the same zombie and the seasons change behind it. And the flavor text in the bottom eventually goes through the full word brains. I'm like, they did some creative things with some of these. Overt Operative. A human ninja rigger. Menace, and when it deals combat damage to a player, it assembles a contraption. Saw her coming. Didn't matter. A Socketed Sprocketer. Cyborg Knight. Tap. Uninstall all results from Sprocketed Sprocketer. Then roll a 6-sided die. Install the result on Sprocketed Sprocketer. You may uninstall a result from Sprocketed Sprocketer to use it for a die you rolled. Uninstall a 6 from Sprocketed Sprocketer to draw a card. Interesting. So it's putting a die in reserve at a result you know of, I guess. Oh, we get a monkey as an augment whenever non-token creature you control dies. Gets +2/+2 for being a monkey. And our rare, by no means, it's an enchantment. Pay 2, remove a counter from a permanent you control, create a 1/1 colorless numb artifact creature token. Pay 2 and sacrifice an artifact. Choose any kind of counter a printed card refers to, then put one of that counter on target permanent. There's no race like gnome. There's no race like gnome. There's no place like home. Oh my god. We got all 4 of the land, or all 5 of the land types between these 5 random boosters I chose. That is freaking awesome. And we got a widget contraption, which is, whenever you crank a widget contraption, it assembles a contraption. This contraption assembles contraptions. And inflation station, whenever you crank it, target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. I think I've seen that. Ooh, a red elemental. It's all shiny. And oh good, another one that has art on the back. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Now, given what we got there, I want to show one thing. And that is all 5 of the lands together. We got swamp, forest, plains, island, and mountain. So those are the cool, awesome lands that this set includes. Which don't have silver borders. They don't have borders at all. So technically, they're fine for normal games. And I know in some of the previous sets, when they did really cool lands with the unset, that they ended up being worth a lot of money. Because there were some people that like wanted to have full sets of them for their decks because they look cool. So yeah, there's always that. But that's been just a small bit of Unstable. I have many packs left. For the most part, I figure I'll set those up there and be the kind of thing of probably just on my own. I get bored, I open and enjoy a pack. I mean, you saw that. This is probably the closest because I've opened a few packs of different things on here. And I'm generally pretty keen. I go to maybe the uncommons, and then really we look at the rare, and we move on. This here, where I read each and every card that I open, is probably the closest to how I typically open a pack. Now, when I do it on here, it's fine. But like what I did today, where I read each one, that is more typical for me. Takes so much time. But I thought with these, it at least made sense, because they're funny. They're entertaining to do that way, so I figured it'd be okay. And figured I'd just make that kind of today's thing, is going over those. But yeah, so that was some cards from Unstable, which is a very funny set from Magic the Gathering. And one that, yeah, it was very important. Like, I don't get booster boxes much, but I wanted to have a good number of these cards, just to make sure. For one, if ever I want to actually play it, I need enough of the contraption cards to be able to make myself a cool contraption deck. So that, there's that. And there is a decent chance that I will at some point probably try and make a couple of decks out of it so I can play with some friends Unstable games. Because like I said, standard games, silver bordered cards, not legal. But if you're playing there are game types that focus on that's what you're playing. So, certainly fun things to do with them. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. And if you are at all familiar with Magic, and particularly with the Unstable set, if you have any favorite cards or favorite combinations of host and augmentations, do let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably going to try and edit another video tonight if I can, and then go to bed. So, thanks for joining me as my journey continues.